Makes for a dramatic, richly textured, and ultimately uplifting tale in the classic story, The King and I. Now you can catch it on stage at the Albuquerque Little Theater. Here with more on the show and how you can see it is Cherie Garrity. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
First, I want to say your dress is unbelievable. So The King and I, what era is this?
This is the 1860s.
Okay, so this is pretty close to what they wore back then.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in England. In England.
In England. Okay, can you show us how big, if you could stand up and show us how
Yes,
massive
I can show
this
you.
dress is?
It's pretty big.
Yeah, that is huge. So is that a challenge to walk around in that on the stage?
Yes, yeah. and walking downstairs and dancing. We have some dancing in a ball gown about the same size.
Okay. Okay.
So,
we obviously had to put you on the whole couch so
yes.
you could fit with us this morning. So let's talk about The King and I. What is the story behind it?
King and I is the story of an English governess who comes to teach the royal children of the King of Siam, and sort of the unlikely friendship that develops between the two of them. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Really, like a love story.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Is there any humor at all in it, or is it more just drama and?
Well, yes, it is drama, but there is humor for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Is it something that you would recommend for maybe just adults or the kids as well? I know I remember seeing, it as I was young. So do you
Yeah,
recommend
I would
kids?
recommend kids. There are 16 children in the cast, and that's always fun for kids to see other kids up on stage. I think they can relate to that. So, yeah, I think it's very appropriate for all ages.
What is the message behind The King and I? At the end of the play, what do you want people to walk away with?
I think one of the major themes in King and I is love. It's all kinds of different love. There's a side story, there's some forbidden love happening, there's this unlikely love that develops between Anna and the king, and loving each other despite being very different people, and love between a teacher and her students, and the friendship that happens there when you're learning together. So it's a beautiful, timeless.
Right. And Anna and the King are very different. Where
Yes.
you would not have thought that they would come together like this.
No.
And there was a lot of friction at first, correct?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, she's British. She has ideas about marriage and relationships that are very different from the king, who has multiple wives and dozens of children. So they're different there, and then, just their cultures, and they are about as different as two people can be, I think.
And you play Anna?
I play Anna.
Okay,
yes.
so tell me, how was it to get this role, and how is it just to play the role in general, being such a classic?
Let's see. So how did I prepare?
Yes, how do you prepare to get,
Yes.
to act out Anna on stage?
Yes, yes. Well, of course, I'm familiar with the movie Yul Brynner and Deborah Kerr, but you can't give an honest performance imitating somebody else. So the truth has to come from you. I read a lot about Anna, and found the commonalities between the real life Anna and the stage version of Anna, she's somewhat fictionalized.
And she's very strong.
Yes.
Strong-willed woman.
She is a widow. She is traveling, in foreign countries at a time when it wasn't typical for women to do that in her day, especially alone, like she was. And she comes to Siam with her young son, and she knows no one there, and she goes for it.
You mentioned children are also in the play. 3 of your children are in the play as well. Is that great to see them grow up in theater as well as you?
Oh, absolutely. It is a treat to share the stage with them and go to rehearsals together and see them be excited about their costumes. And my 7-year-old he just cannot wait to get an audience, which we have our first audience tonight. So he's beyond excited.
So
about
it starts tonight?
Yes, tonight.
Where is it
tonight's a preview.
Okay.
Tomorrow it opens, and it's at Albuquerque Little Theater. It runs through March 22nd.
Okay. Tickets not too bad. $12 to $24. That's not bad at all,
No.
especially for a classic like this. All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Good luck on stage. Break a leg. I don't know. Is that right? Is that
Yep,
what you're
break a leg.
supposed to? If you want more information about The King and I and how to reserve your tickets, go to our website, krqe.com. Click under KRQE links. We'll be right back. Thanks so much.